Okay, example 3 here. Uh-oh. My thing didn't complete. Anyways, example 3. If a square's area is 16x to the fourth, find an expression to represent its perimeter. So this one takes a little bit of thought. First off, different because we're talking about a square, and we know that a square has 4 equal sides. So again, I'm going to draw a diagram because that's what I do. I know that the area of a square is equal to side times side, which is true, which is different, length times width, side times side. I'm using side times side because in a square, we know all the sides are the same. So we know that the area is equal to side squared. And what I recommend, if this is, if you're trying to do this and it's confuzzling you, I recommend kind of pulling off to the side and looking at a more simple equation or more simple example. If I have a square, let's say the side lengths are going to be 5. The area of that square would be 5 times 5, which is 25. So you want to think, how am I taking 25 and going backwards to get one of the side lengths of 5? And you might be thinking, divide by 5. Okay, but does that always work? Can I just always divide by 5? What if I had a square with side lengths of 6? Area 6 times 6 would be 36. How do I take 36 and get back to 6? If you haven't figured it out, we're going to come back here to our equation. If A, area equals sides squared, and I want to solve for one of the sides, what's preventing S from being by itself? The squared. The inverse of a square is to square root. So, moral of the story here is that you can square root you can square root the area of a square to find the sides. That will come in handy. And I'm just going to kind of scooch it over because it's not perfect, and I like things to be perfect. Okay, so let's actually go ahead and do that then. So if I take 16x to the fourth and I square root that, remember, we'd be breaking that up into 2 separate pieces, the square root of 16 and the square root of x to the fourth. Square root of 16 comes out as 4. Square root of x to the fourth comes out as x to the second. So then, that means my side lengths are 4x squared, which makes sense because I can double check that. 4 times 4 would give me the 16, x squared times x squared would give me the x to the fourth. However, despite all of our hard work, we have yet to actually answer the question and find the perimeter. 4x squared times 4, you might be thinking, isn't the perimeter just the same as the area? But it's not, because 4x squared times 4, or 4x squared plus 4x squared plus 4x squared plus 4x squared, is 16x squared, not x to the fourth. Apples plus apples plus apples give you apples, not bananas.